right, so let's get into it today and talk about something pretty interesting. You know that feeling when you hear a name and you just kind of think, oh, this is going to be trouble. Well, that's Asteroid 99942, Apophis for Yah, named after the Egyptian god of chaos. And you've sent me a bunch of articles on this, so clearly you're as interested in this as I am.
Oh, it certainly captured the attention of a lot of astronomers, especially when it was first discovered. Back in 2004, it kind of sent a ripple of concern through the scientific community. Initial calculations suggested that it might come a little too close for comfort in 2029.
Yeah, I remember hearing about this. It was a bit of a doomsday asteroid situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, there was definitely some initial apprehension there, especially when the early calculations showed a small but significant chance of impact. And that's actually how Apophis earned its classification as a potentially hazardous asteroid. And that's a term that's used for any space rock larger than 140 meters that could come within 7.5 million kilometers of Earth's orbit.
So size and proximity. Makes sense. But how big are we talking here? I mean, is this thing like a city killer or something?
It's definitely sizable. Picture the Eiffel Tower. And now imagine that hurtling through space. Apophis is even bigger than that, clocking in at over 300 meters across. So if something that massive were to hit Earth, well, let's just say it wouldn't be a good day.
Yeah, it's a pretty terrifying visual.
Yeah.
But I do recall reading that the impact risk has been ruled out, right?
You are absolutely correct. Thanks to further observations and refined calculations, astronomers can now say with certainty that Apophis will miss Earth in 2029.
Okay, good. That's a relief. But this asteroid is still going to come incredibly close to Earth.
It is. In fact, on April 13th, 2029, Apophis will pass a mere 31,643 kilometers from Earth's surface. That's closer than some of our geostationary satellites, the ones that orbit at the same speed as Earth's rotation, allowing them to stay over the same spot on the planet.
Wow, okay, that's really close. So close, in fact, that I'm guessing we'll be able to see it without a telescope, right?
You're exactly right. Apophis will be visible to the naked eye from parts of Europe, Africa, and Asia, moving across the sky like a bright star. It'll be quite a sight to behold.
Now that is something I would want to see. Imagine that, an asteroid bigger than the Eiffel Tower, passing closer to Earth than some of our satellites.
It's an incredibly rare event, and one that offers an unprecedented opportunity for scientists to study a large asteroid up close, without having to launch a spacecraft millions of miles away. We'll be able to observe it in detail, track its trajectory with incredible precision, and even see how Earth's gravity affects it during the flyby.
Now that you mentioned gravity, the articles mentioned something about asteroid quakes. Is that a real thing?
It is. As Apophis passes by Earth, our planet's gravitational pull will tug on it. And this gravitational interaction can actually cause stress fractures and shifts within the asteroid, sort of like mini earthquakes.
So Earth will be giving Apophis a bit of a cosmic massage. I guess that could cause some pretty interesting changes. What exactly can we learn by studying these asteroid quakes?
Well, they offer a unique window into the internal structure and composition of asteroids. Think of it like sending sound waves through the Earth to map its interior layers. By analyzing how these seismic waves travel through Apophis, scientists can gain valuable insights into its density, porosity, and even the distribution of different materials within it.
It sounds like this close encounter will be a goldmine of information for researchers. And I know there's an entire team at NASA dedicated to tracking objects like Apophis, right?
Yes. NASA's Center for Near-Earth Object Studies, or CNEOS as it's known, plays a crucial role in monitoring potentially hazardous asteroids. Their team uses powerful telescopes and radar systems to track these objects, calculate their orbits, and assess any potential risk to Earth. Their ongoing monitoring and refined calculations have given us a 100-year window of safety when it comes to Apophis. So you can breathe easy knowing that we won't be witnessing any asteroid-induced chaos for quite some time.
100 years. Okay, that definitely puts things into perspective. It seems like we've gone from potential disaster to incredible scientific opportunity in a very short time. I'm really curious now to learn more about what researchers hope to achieve during this close encounter. So we've got this incredible opportunity to study Apophis up close in 2029. What kind of research will scientists be focusing on during the flyby?
Well, one of the primary goals is going to be to track any changes in Apophis's rotation. As it passes through Earth's gravitational field, we expect some wobbles and shifts in its spin. And observing these changes can provide valuable insights into the asteroid's internal structure, kind of like how a spinning top behaves differently depending on its weight distribution.
Yeah, it's like a giant cosmic experiment with Earth's gravity as the invisible hand. Speaking of experiments, you mentioned earlier that there are even proposed missions to study Apophis up close, right? Not just observations from Earth, but actual spacecraft sent out to meet it.
Absolutely. There are a few concepts in the works, but one that's particularly exciting is the European Space Agency's proposed RAMSES mission, short for Rapid Apophis Mission for Security and Safety.
So what's the plan for Ramses? Will it be like a space probe landing on Apophis or something?
Not quite a landing, but it will get incredibly close. The idea is to send a spacecraft to rendezvous with Apophis, either during or shortly after its 2029 flyby. It'll be equipped with the suite of instruments designed to study the asteroid in unprecedented detail.
What kind of instruments are we talking about, and what kind of data will they be collecting?
Think high-resolution cameras, capable of mapping the asteroid's surface down to the centimeter, spectrometers to analyze its mineral composition, and even radar to probe beneath the surface and get a sense of its internal structure. All of this data will help us build a much more complete picture of Apophis, everything from its shape and density to its origins, and its potential for future interactions with Earth.
So it sounds like we're going from knowing relatively little about Apophis to having a 3D map of its entire being. Will RAMSES be able to tell us anything about the asteroid quakes we talked about earlier?
But that's certainly a possibility. If RAMSES is in position during the close approach, its instruments might be able to detect vibrations or surface shifts caused by those asteroid quakes. That data would be invaluable in confirming our models and understanding how these internal shifts affect the asteroid's overall structure.
So we can actually see Apophis shuddering and shifting in real time as it gets pulled by Earth's gravity. It's amazing to think how far we've come in terms of studying these celestial objects.
It is. And remember, all of this knowledge isn't just about satisfying our scientific curiosity. It also has very real implications for planetary defense.
Right, because the more we understand about asteroids, the better prepared we'll be if we ever need to.
Yeah.
Actually defend Earth from one right.
Precisely. Studying Apophis provides a testing ground for planetary defense strategies. We can use it to refine our models, test our tracking systems, and even experiment with techniques for deflecting asteroids if they ever pose a real threat to Earth.
And to you, our listener, we hope this deep dive has sparked your curiosity about the cosmos and the incredible work being done to understand our place in it. Remember, knowledge is our greatest shield. And every bit of information we gather about asteroids, near-Earth objects, and the forces that govern their movements brings us closer to ensuring a safe and fascinating future for humanity. Among the stars, keep looking up and keep exploring.